So I've given up on the gearbox. We're not going to get it apart without breaking it. So we'll have a look at the steering. We should be able to see that, I think. It's got suspension on it. It's trying to spring apart on me. So, springing up. So that's our suspension. Okay, let's have a look at this. Sorry about getting in the way of the light. So that's going to lift off. Yes. Okay, so holding that together, you can see we've got a good few gears in there. We will have a peek at it, but I don't think there's anything really exciting there. There'll be the motor, step down gearing, and then we've got that cam that goes side to side like that, and that's what pushes that side to side for the steering. You can lift that off with a bit of luck. Okay, so that's the actual steering rod. Oh. Yeah, it's that way up. So that does your steering. And then that's your centering adjustment there, and your centering spring. That bit there is the bit that goes down into there. Can you demonstrate that? There we go. So that pulls it back to the middle. And then that piece there, the adjuster, can we turn that? Yes, we can. So that adjusts where the center position is. It doesn't help you steer any more left or right, it's the center position that it's adjusting. Right, I'll lift that one off. So that's the bit you couldn't really see. So that's your steering arm rod. So try and get that back in. There. So that's in position. So that's back. Right, so they're in position. Now we can have a look at this fella. It's all fallen out anyway. One thing about it, it looks like every single screw, apart from two of them, are all the same size, which makes life a lot easier. Yeah, they're all the same size. The only two that were a different size were the two on top of there. Right, now for some fun. Let's see if we get this apart without it all falling apart. Oh, easy. Better zoom in a bit, I suppose. So that's our steering gearbox. That white piece there, which might come out if we're lucky. Yep. That's sort of a clutch mechanism. Oh. Right. As this spins round, those two pads, are they in focus? Right, let's do that again. Yes. As the motor spins round, these two pads push outwards onto the inside of that circle, or that dish. Yeah, it's like old-fashioned brakes. Before we started using disc brakes, we had brakes that pushed out on the inside of the brake drum. So yeah, that's probably the best description. It's like an old-fashioned drum brakes, only it's sort of working in reverse. So they spin out, they grip the inside of that, and then that turns. And then that one turning turns that. So small to big, small to big, small to big, and then that's the bit that actually does the steering. See it coming round slowly, which gives you an idea of how low geared it is to give it some power. And that arm there is the one that pushes in that slot there, pushes the steering side to side. Right, well, we can put that back together. So nothing clever there, as in there's no proportional steering. It's just ordinary toy grade. Well, the whole thing is toy grade, apart from the fact it's using 2.4 gigahertz controller. So I get the impression some people think that because it's 2.4 gigahertz, that means it's hobby grade. But no, it's still toy grade, it's just using 2.4 gigahertz. I guess the advantage of 2.4 gigahertz digital is it's not going to be interfering with the next car on the grid. So you can have several 2.4 gigahertz cars racing each other without worrying about their frequencies colliding, which is the problem with 2.27 megahertz and 40 megahertz. So that's back together. Zoom out again before we forget. So I'll put this back in. Oh, what fell out there? Don't want to lose that. Set that back on there. Can we pick that up magnetically? Yes. And that one. Swap my head over. We'll use this one. Then we can use the magnet to hold things in place. Okay. Let's get the wheels back in place. Probably need to get fingers in there, and that's going to be in the way of what you can see then. Sorry about that. That one over there. Come on. That one over there. That one in there. That's in place. Interesting to see the way these have got worn. It's obviously been used, this car. Okay, springs back on. And then try to get this on the right way round. That way round. Get those screws out. Yeah. Right, so those I am doing this the right way round, yes I am. That's it, yeah. Wheels are in place. Now put the screws back in. So, back together apart from putting the cover back on. And it's just occurred to me we could do something useful with this toy before we put it all back together. Need to plug that back into there for the lighting. But can we do anything useful with this? Yeah. I'll show you. There we go. Lamborghini Aventador, or Maisto Extreme Beast becomes Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, okay. Lamborghini Aventador Maisto Extreme Beast. Probably the most useful thing I can do with that body shell at the moment, because without replacing the receiver on the chassis, it's not going to work for me. Job done.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.